Hi, I'm Kristen Rosenberg. I'm a holistic health intuitive and strategist, and I'm excited to bring you an angel and oracle reading for 2025. Um, the reading will start with a visit from an angel and the messages I've received from that angel, and then I'll move on to an oracle card reading, which is a 3 card reading for the year. So hopefully you'll get some good messages and something helpful out of this. So let's get started. So the angel that came through for me was Archangel Ariel. And Archangel Ariel is known as the lioness of God or strength of God. Ariel provides strength during tough times and motivates people to care for and about the natural world. So that's pretty interesting to start out. And the messages that I was getting is that there are going to be a lot of changes, lots of them, and that they may come quickly. They may not start out quickly at the beginning of the year, but once they start, they'll keep coming, it sounds like. So I was seeing light in spiraling loops, almost like a roller coaster, moving fast, and then at times it may seem to crawl and slow down. But it was mostly fast. So lots could be coming our way. And because things will be moving fast, it's important to stay grounded. Um, it'll be really important to do your work at your personal level. Um, that will keep you steady throughout all these potential changes that are coming our way. And while I was hearing and seeing all this fast stuff, I was like, oh my goodness, what is going to be happening? Um, I know as in past years of what's been happening in just the last 5 years, we probably would have never seen any of these things coming. And so I'm like, what could this be? I asked, is this scary? So I asked Archangel Ariel, is this scary? And Ariel said, at times it may appear scary, especially due to the speed at which things are happening, but it's okay. It will be okay. Just hold on, breathe, and talk to your angels. What she's saying is not to scare you, but there may be unrest, and it may change the way we think about things in a big way or how we view life. So it sounds like pretty big shifts. Like our viewpoint, our center point may change in terms of how we approach our life personally and on a collective level. So this is pretty interesting. Um, and what do we do in these times? Archangel Ariel says, breathe. Open your hearts to new things. So be open to new things if they present themselves. There is so much more than what we are able to perceive through our 5 senses. And although it may seem wild at times, is what I heard her say, it's a good year because there are things that must be brought to light. And that's a good thing on a collective level. So it sounds like there's a bit of a shakeup coming with information coming our way. And that information could change how we view life, how we approach life, how we think about things. It sounds pretty huge. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Again, while this kind of roller coaster ride may be happening, be sure to take care of yourself, be in nature, and develop your intuition. It's how you connect with source. That's what intuition is. So you connect with source and your higher self through your intuition, and that will guide you, and that will keep you centered and grounded too. Believe that you're here for a purpose. Know it feel it. And if there's something that you've been wanting to bring into the world, no more waiting. She says, do it. It's time to do it. It's about connecting to this part of ourself that's been suppressed for so long. Our talents, you know, the talents that are part of who we are, and that we're afraid to share or open up to or show others. These things are so powerful in terms of expressing yourself, being yourself in the world, and being of service and adding and contributing to the world. It's so powerful, and it's time to unleash that aspect of yourself, to play with it and to use it as a God-given skill that's been gifted to you as part of creation. And I was trying to get a feel for this, like if I could get a sense for whether this was just a collective message or more of an individual message on a personal level. But it sounds like the two are really woven together this year. Um, I heard Ariel saying that everyone needs to do their work at the personal level, and that will feed positively into the collective level. So there's a sense, again, we're all one, and we're all affected. So we all need to work together and work on ourselves to change the collective. So that was what I was hearing. And for people who understand tapping into your intuition and communicating with the divine, it will be a somewhat crazy year and maybe take your breath away at times, it sounds like, but you will have context and understanding for what's happening because of your intuition and your ability to tap into source. For those that don't know as well or aren't centered in their deep knowing, it may be unsettling and upsetting at times. But we can support those people with gentle compassion and help them to see the greater picture. And so, those people who are tapping into their source and their intuition, I kind of see them as the light workers and spiritually advanced people or just knowledgeable. We can be the lighthouses for those people in the world. Archangel Ariel says we need the light workers to come forward now. This is their time to shine and connect the matrix of light and love in the world. It's time. It's a time of great change that may appear overwhelming and foreboding at times, but it is a time of great truth, healing, and love. It's wild, crazy, and exciting, and you chose to be here during this time. You chose to be here for it. So be true to yourself and all that you are, and shine on brightly into the world. Now is the time, and your divine family is here and cheering you on. So in wrapping up my message from Archangel Ariel, again, it was hard to separate out any personal messages or lessons versus the collective. Um, it's just that we all are one. So it's hard to separate at this point. And it's a time for us to walk in love and connection with one another. And Ariel saying, it's the only way. That's the way forward. Another point, again, do your work on a personal level so that you're grounded on this energetic ride and can go with the flow of it. And in closing, while there will be changes, know that they'll be for the greatest and highest good on both the personal and collective levels. And she says, with peace and love to all, Archangel Ariel signs off. So that's the message from Ariel that I received, and I hope that is helpful for you. And now I'll move on to the Oracle card reading for 2025. Okay, so here's the Oracle card reading. The first card is Wide Open. And the question that I asked for this card when I received this card was, what are our actions working toward in 2025? And it's interesting because I know I just gave that Archangel Ariel reading with a lot of stuff happening. But this card also ties into some of what Ariel was telling us about. Basically, Wide Open is saying we want to be free to express our uniqueness in the world, and share in the bounty of what this life has to offer. And that's endless possibilities. So it's about manifestation and expressing ourselves while we're also taking the time to stand up and speak out, to speak our truth, to be authentic, and allow for possibilities. So we don't want to keep limiting ourselves and keeping ourselves small like we may have done in the past. We want to become wide open, open in our hearts, open in our lives, open in our minds. Um, and I really love how this card, how this woman is staring out into the universe at like endless possibilities that could be there for us. So the idea is when you allow yourself greater space and possibility and vision, you can dream and manifest an even grander dream. So stay open to move beyond old and limiting ideas. Um, the world needs your unique voice. So it's time to express it and to muster the courage to go and do it. The universe is going to support you in this. So don't be afraid. And I know that's what Ariel was saying. It's time for the light workers and for people who have something to offer the world to go and do it. No more waiting. It's time. It doesn't matter if you're afraid of being seen or you're afraid of failing or feeling dumb. It doesn't matter any longer. It's time to do the thing that scares you or that you've been wanting to do all this time and haven't done. So, wide open is a positive sign for us that the universe is going to support us in that work. So, that's a very good thing. I love that card in conjunction with what Ariel was communicating. Okay, and the next card, well, the question for the next card, which is the energy card, was, what is the overarching energy at play in the unfolding of our lives in 2025? And we picked a powerful move. Um, this card is about action and movement with purpose and effort. Putting into emotion your intentions and making choices from an empowered and thoughtful place. So this is a really powerful card, like a powerful move. Um, Again, lots of energy behind this. It's saying that the time for rest is over, that change is in the air, and it's just another confirmation of change happening. Um, it's time for us to be intentional and to engage in deliberate action to move towards what we intend and to put it into reality, to go from ideas to action. So it's time to make our moves. And that was just what I was saying about the wide open card and Ariel's message, too. It's time to do the thing. Um, the universe is very supportive of it right now. So, more about this card. We have to recognize ourselves as unique, whole and worthy beings with a special place in the world, whose offerings and who we are have value. And we have to look at the meaning for ourselves of our lives. Our lives do have meaning, and if they don't, we need to reflect on that and become connected with whatever truth there is inside of you for your life. So in doing so, in connecting with yourself, you're connecting with Source, and you're stepping into your power as a co-creator with Spirit to see your intentions come to fruition in the world. So positive change is possible when you make choices from an authentic sense of self, and then take conscious steps towards your dream or dreams. Positive change is possible when you make choices from an authentic sense of self. I think that's really important. So we're connecting with ourselves and our authenticity. And again, it's like what Ariel said, where we're working from the personal level and the collective level. We need to be working on ourselves personally in this way and being authentic so that we can feed into the collective in a positive way and affect positive change. So to take steps towards your intended experience and to manifest the things you want, start with the way you think. Make sure you're thinking positive thoughts and keeping them in alignment with what you want. So focus on curiosity and be willing to discover new things instead of expecting the same old thing over and over again. So keep, like the wide open card, keep your mind and heart open to new things and be willing to take them in and process them before shutting them down. Then another step is to be open and clear about your motivations, desires, and set intentions that are in alignment with that. So be open and clear about your motivations and desires, and then set intentions that are in alignment with that. So that's part of being authentic as well. And when you do that, you will then be able to step into the magic to claim your intention, whatever you're trying to bring into reality. It may not happen immediately, but stay focused in your mind on the thing that you want. Make sure it's in alignment with your heart and mind and with Source. And then the magic starts to happen. So act with thoughtfulness and awareness and just be true to yourself. And again, do the thing that needs to be done. That's part of what this card is saying. Do the thing that needs to be done. Whatever action is needed for whatever you want to bring to fruition, if it's traveling, moving, flying, flowing, whatever change may look like in your life, do the thing. Do what's called for. It really is a positive thing. It's an exciting time. So I love this too. The universe is sending us this energy card, which really ties in nice to the wide open card, telling us to do the thing. It's time. The universe is here to support us. And then I'll move on now to the lessons and themes that are kind of associated with this action and energy reading. The question I asked was, what are the lessons and themes associated with our personal evolution in 2025? And this lessons and themes card is deep knowing. It basically is talking about intuition, our deep inner knowing, our inner wisdom. That is how we dialogue with Source. That's how we connect to Source. We're often taught to ignore that, but this is something that we need to be very aware of and focus on for ourselves this year. It's that connection and intuition is what gives us the ability to read between the lines, um, to find the truth in things, the truth in the story or the narrative that's going on, um, and even to detect if the truth may be missing or something's not quite right. So that will be very important for us. And it's also an element of being in alignment with source and yourself and being authentic. It's knowing what's good for you, what resonates with you deep within. So, intuitive knowing and information may not make sense in a logical way or appeal to our five senses, but it can be true. So definitely listen to your intuition if you feel like things are coming your way, you're feeling something, you just feel like you know something or you hear something and like a voice in your head saying, don't do this or go do this. Or if you feel a certain way. So, or if you see too, maybe you see a flash of a picture and that feels like your intuition showing you something, definitely listen to it. This is the year it sounds like to do it. So, um, use that intuition, tune into source, dialogue with source through your intuition. And, if you have questions or something that you're needing answers for or guidance, ask spirit and you'll receive answers. um, the answers may not come in traditional ways, but it's important to ask because that opens the door to actually receiving, whether it's something material or information or guidance, whatever you may be asking for. So definitely tap into our intuition. And I feel like that's part of the Archangel Ariel's reading as well, is that we need to connect with source. And in doing so, we'll stay grounded. It'll help ground you through this time, through this year, with whatever bumps and loops may come along in this roller coaster. So definitely be working on that. And if you're not sure how to dialogue with spirit, ask spirit for help with that. That's definitely something you can do and see what's revealed to you. Um, with this deep knowing, we just have to trust spirit. That's the trick, that we have to trust spirit and then act on that information. So, yes, you can access your intuition and just hear stuff, but if you don't act on it, um, it may not bring what you're looking for uh, into reality. So know that spirit is with you and there to help you, and be aware that the deep knowing, um, have the deep knowing that spirit is looking out for you and has your greatest and highest good in mind always. So I love this card and I love the three of them together. I think it's really interesting and ties in so nicely with what Ariel has been talking about through her channeled message. I think it's really beautiful. So, what I'm getting is that we're really coming into ourselves this year, personally, and then I think on a collective level too. It sounds like there's a lot of change, but that truths will unfold, things will come to light, and this is a shaking out that needs to happen. So while things may be bumpy, it's a good thing that these things are happening, and it will be a positive thing in the end for all of us. So we're coming into ourselves on a personal level too, connecting to our authenticity, stepping into our power, getting clear with our intentions so that we can express our true self in the world, and also offer our talents and services to the world, um, and be a part of the collective to boost the collective and to connect everyone in light and love. Um, so we need to expand beyond our old limiting beliefs. We really need to make sure that our thoughts are cleaned up, our beliefs are getting cleaned up, and that we are aware that spirit is here to give us the courage to stand up and speak out and to express who we really are in the world, and not to be afraid of that. That it's actually a beautiful thing that we are all different, and that's beautiful that we can support and contribute in different ways. So these three cards together, lots of energy. That wide open is really beautiful, and the powerful move, just um, lots of possibilities and action. So we're keeping our hearts open and our minds open to new things and to manifest new things, while we're focusing on making moves, a powerful move to take action, to do the thing that needs to be done. And all the while, we're keeping in mind and communicating with spirit. We're keeping in mind that spirit is there, that the universe is supporting us and wanting this to happen. And you just need to continue to dialogue with spirit, check in with your intuition, um, and stay in alignment with source. And that will guide your path as well through this time and keep you grounded. So, yeah, I love this reading in conjunction with what Ariel is saying, and I hope you find this helpful too. So be sure to be doing your personal work, and stay grounded, be in nature, do all the things for self care, and to make sure that you um, are taken care of physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually during this year. It definitely sounds like an interesting one, and that it could get a little wild, but it remains to be seen what will happen. So I wish you a very happy and healthy year. And I will be doing these readings monthly as well for the year of 2025. So I hope you join me, and hopefully they will be helpful for you. And if you'd like to have your own angel reading done and kind of drill down and get your own divine guidance from the angels, you can click the link in the comments below or wherever it may be posted here. And I would love to do that reading with you. It's so much fun. The angels always come through with so much wisdom, and just super helpful, and beautiful messages. So I would love to do that with you if you're interested. You can also find me on Facebook at Inspire True Wellness, and also on Instagram at Inspire True Wellness. And my website also is inspiretruewellness.com. If look me up if you have any questions about the angel readings. There's information on my website as well. Thank you so much for being here and for listening. And in closing, I'll just say this wish to you: may the light and love of the angels surround you throughout 2025 and always. So happy New Year and happy 2025. Thanks so much.